Hello, everyone. I've been thinking about a couple of different things. One of them is I've been thinking a lot about seeds, and my partner and I went to the gardening store to get some seeds. My mother is a collector of seeds and a preserver of seeds, and so she has many seeds, which we unfortunately do not have access to here in Seattle at this time. But what I noticed with these seeds, one of the things that I do is I talk with the seeds and I hold the seeds and I really see the new life in them, that there's this whole life in them that's wanting to come into being. And they're like these little husks, these little tiny precious husks. And in each of them is innumerable plants, innumerable cosmos, innumerable, uncountable uh, pumpkins, innumerable, uncountable eggplants, innumerable, uncountable beings in each of those seeds. So I was thinking of how our words are seeds, and how we have this opportunity to plant things, and our thoughts are seeds, and that we have this opportunity to plant things right now that have really been gestating in us. And so then we have to think about, like, what is gestating in me, and what is the soil in me, or what have I been growing, what is it that I've been kind of unearthing within myself, and how is that showing itself, how is it showing up in my life. And so I like to think about these things, and now we're in a time of renewal. We're in a time of new beginnings. We're in a time of planting. I was taking a walk earlier, and our neighbor was planting her raised beds, and we have our seeds that we're getting ready to put into their new little cups of soil, and um, things are really ready to be planted. And so I'm thinking about that, and I'm thinking about how our words and our thoughts are the same. I'm working on this, a little bit on this memoir. So I'm writing this memoir right now, and this is just kind of a little poetic um, um, excerpt from what I've been writing, but it reminded me of this. And one of the things that people have been doing with some of the underwater gardens, which are coral and anemones, and these really beautiful sacred places, that they are replanting some of these coral beds with coral, and living all of these wonderful living beings, in order to renew these coral reefs. This is a small excerpt. It says, "Anemone, so sensitive, flourishing under the world, sending curves of brightness. Coral, barely opening a bright tongue to speak. Rebuilt. I wonder if I rebuilt enough, like this coral reef off of Barking Deer Island. Plantings of color burst, and you look for them, frantically beating your fins as wings, hoping it's alive, praying into the water, knowing whatever is in the water is everywhere. Whatever is in the water is everywhere." And so that just reminded me that here we were off this, we were swimming in this beautiful water, and all of this, and you could see all of the coral. There were only a few places where there was color, and we learned later on that those were plantings. So I just was thinking about that, and how we can plant things, how we renew things, how we can refresh things, how we can repair things. How can we do that? And gestating, and what is it that we have been gestating, and that we have the opportunity to manage that. We have the opportunity to do the right thing with our mind, and we also have the opportunity to do the right thing with our words. And so, what seeds am I planting? What are the things that I'm planting? Because it's so interesting, because they say that uh, that whatever we say, we're actually saying to ourselves, whatever we say out loud, we're actually saying to ourselves. And so it's just interesting to notice, like, what are the things that I say out loud, and what are the things that I say to certain people, and do I say the same things across the board? And what is my level of integrity, and are the seeds that I'm planting, seeds of integrity, or seeds that match my values, or speaking highly of the people in my life and the people around me. And if I can't, then I need to, how can I talk to them directly about that? Right? So that we can plant seeds in our relationships of trust and growth and directness. So it's interesting to think about that. Another thing that I've been thinking about is how we're all thawing. This is a time where we all kind of thaw out. And I was writing in my blog this last week about the bear, and how the bear goes into that time of being in the den and denning and resting through the deep, deep winter. And that's not something that we really do too much anymore. Oftentimes we're still going at the same pace as we would any other time of the year. So it's just interesting to think about, when do I have time to rest? When do I have the opportunity to go inside, to think about what's important to me, and then to really come out of my den and to really have given thought to, these things that I want to bring into the world. And during their hibernation, bears will give birth, and to their cubs, and then out of the den bounds the bear, and out of the den bounds the cubs. And so it's just really interesting to think about, what new life am I bringing into the world through what's been gestating with it through this winter? What is coming out of the den, the seed, the shell? So I look forward to hearing from you. Let me know what you think, and hopefully we will see you soon. What are the seeds? What are the new beginnings? What are the seeds I'm planting? And what is gestating that wants to come into the world now that aligns with my values? Have a beautiful week. Talk to you soon.